I want to welcome a man that has been affiliated with some of the most well-known names in all of music and entertainment, from Cool G Rap to LL Cool J to 50 Cent. I'm talking about Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Bimmy, I want to welcome you on the show today, man. I really appreciate the chance to have this conversation with you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you driving it out there, man. You got a Wraith out? You got a Wraith out there, man?
No, it's a cousin.
Okay. That's of the same variety?
Yeah, it's bigger though.
Oh man.
The truck, the Rolls Royce truck.
Right now, everyone is asking you to give them clout, Bimmy.
That's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. But when you bruise the clout, then comes a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. That's what I'm here to do, to pass it down. When you start bruising it, another story.
I want to know why everyone is talking about you. Therefore, I want to talk to you about your origins, because I want to try and make it make sense for the people why you're such a topic of interest.
I mean, who else they gonna talk about? You gonna talk about the nigga laying on the ground somewhere, are you? You gonna talk to the nigga that you feel is closer to you. That's supposed to be with you. Or supposed to be doing something for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's what interests at.
So let's just put it out there. The Supreme team. Tell us about coming up with them.
I mean, it was a teaching. It was a group of guys that believe in each other, that love each other, that honor each other, was teaching each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's just brotherhood. It's like, my brother's keeper. You know what I mean? We never cross each other, never shade each other. You know what I mean? We always been there for each other. You know what I'm saying? So me growing up as a youth with that, that was my family. You know what I'm saying? That was where my teachings come from.
So can you tell me, Bimmy, what year did you actually start coming outside?
Me, 84.
84, I remember
84.
You saying, yeah, you were saying that you had seen Run DMC in like 83 when you was on the block. I think you said in one podcast.
Yeah, I ain't had nothing. But yeah, back then, 83, I ain't had nothing. That's when I wanted the Def Jam jacket and all that. You know what I'm saying? I seen the Def Jam jacket. I ain't know I was gonna go in the streets. You know what I mean? That came after that. When I seen the jacket, I wanted the Def Jam jacket.
At a certain point, Supreme McGriff was locked up and you stepped up. What happened as far as the chain in leadership when he got locked up, and how did you step up?
Be the man that I am, the man that I was taught to be. You know what I'm saying? What I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Once my philosophy is once a good follower becomes a great leader. You know what I mean? So me being a good follower, I became that great leader and taking leadership as well as with my man Big Black Just. You know what I'm saying? Both of us. You know what I mean? So I took my part of the town, he took his part of the town. You know what I'm saying? And we just, last time I seen Preem in prison, I went to visit him, and he had said to me and Just, this is a chance for y'all to make your own name. You know what I'm saying? So when he told us that, nigga, I went. You know what I'm saying? He just went. And that's what we did. We made names for ourselves.
I was hearing you say that you would ride around with Preem, pretty much going everywhere with him before he eventually gave you a block.
Yeah. I was with him every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day teaching me certain things in life and, morals, principles, even about women. I wasn't getting no women back then. I had no girls. You know what I'm saying? It was all new to me. You know what I'm saying? I was playing basketball. That was my woman. You know what I mean? I wanted to make the pros. I mean, I was into basketball until I fell off my basketball team in high school. Once I fell off, you know what I mean? I had nothing at the crib. Refrigerator empty. You know what I mean? I ain't got no clothes. I ain't got no sneakers. I ain't got nothing, bro. I was tapped out. You know what I mean? I never had in my mind to go take anything because I don't feel as though, if a nigga work all day and you come take it, you got an enemy for life. You don't know when that enemy gonna come. You don't know who your enemy is. Like me personally, I always knew who my enemy was. I never would do was guessing and saying who was my enemy. I know who my enemy is. You know what I'm saying? And I make it that way through my life. So I don't get across, crossfire, or I won't be in the mix when you catch me this way, that way. You know what I mean? I know who you are.
how do you deal with the speculation about not getting indicted with Preem? Like, haven't you dealt with these type of accusations? And what do you say to the people who say Preem is in jail and
Yo,
Bimmy
you
is
know what's crazy, Mike? What that got to do with me being in jail? I ain't sold drugs in 35 years. All right, I ain't in 35 years. And when I did come home, I was working at Def Jam, working Corey Rooney, and then Def Jam. How would I be caught up in anybody's indictment? You feel me? When I went to jail, somebody told on me. That's why I went to jail. So when people say I'm caught up in some indictment, I ain't getting caught in indictment. Like how? Like what they got to do with me? They got nothing to do with me. Nothing. If your friends you grew up with continue to rob and steal, and you Mikey T got his podcast and doing the right thing, you're wrong because you didn't caught up in their indictment. Is Mikey T wrong? Just tell me. You
no,
wrong
go ahead.
because you
I
didn't
hear
caught
what
up in
you're
their
saying.
indictment because they kept going. They kept going, and I didn't. Nah, come on, dog. All it is this. You got guys that never been out there that will hear stories from 3 and 4 parties and trying to piece them together and put it together and just talk. And they give them to the people that really don't have a clue. So what they do is they know how to sell a story and tell a story and they listen to them. Nothing I can do about it. I can't make everybody like me or everybody believe my story. You know what I mean? Know my story is to see it like you sitting there with me now. That's to know my story. You know what I'm saying? That's to know my story. I don't suit everybody. That's to know my story because I don't have to explain myself.
Has anybody ever come up to you in the streets like that on some Preem is in jail and you're not, Bimmy?
Hell no. Never in my life. Never. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I was in my life over 35 years ago. I'm talking my life over. And the world knows it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying homies out there, but I don't know what he was doing, but it had nothing to do with me, man. That's why, with these niggas is crazy. They like, you control what another grown man do. I don't control what another grown man do. You feel me? I don't. I
I
can't.
feel you on that, man. I feel you. I've kind of feel the
Huh?
I feel you on that 100%. You know what I mean? I feel the same way about a few cases that have gone on like
I
that.
mean, me personally, man, bro, I've been moved away. I ain't saying I moved away 5 years ago, 10 years. I moved away 30 years ago. Moved away. What they got to concern me for? That don't concern me.
So let me ask you, Bimmy, what was it that got you out of the streets and into music?
Being poor. I wanted a different way in life. You know what I mean? Went to prison. That was it. And I ain't want to go back to prison. You know what I mean? I want my son look at me like my dad is still selling drugs at that age. 40 years old, he's still selling drugs. I ain't living like that, bro. My father left me when I was a child, doing the same thing. Pops left, got killed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that. I learned from humans. I watch all niggas' mistakes, and I'm proud of it that I won't make that same mistake. So when I hear these guys talk, I just look at him and I'm like, he's making a mistake. He's making a mistake. I never want to be these people, man. Ever.
How did you end up creating a relationship and, joining Sony?
Well, a partner of mine is Corey Rooney. He's from my projects. He's from Baisley. He lives in Cena Manor. And when he was younger, we bought him equipment. You know what I mean? And he wound up producing from Mariah Carey, doing the whole albums, most of the album. Then Jennifer Lopez. You know what I mean? He saw just fucking Puffy, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And when I came home, I told him I needed a job, and he said to me, I'm gonna show you how to produce. And he taught me how to produce, and I've been learning how to produce ever since. And my first record was with Cool G Rap. It's a shame. The remix. I did that. Me and Corey. I bought my first legit car, the Lexus GS. You know what I mean? So Corey's a senior vice president of Sony at the time. With Tommy Tola. That was Tommy Tola's right hand man. Tommy was the chairman at the time, Mariah's ex-husband. You know what I mean? So I end up being in that building with Corey. That's how I end up at Sony.
That's crazy, man. And you actually turned that
But
the deal with
yeah,
Sony
yeah,
to a deal with Def Jam.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Russell came in and offered me a job. You know what I mean? So he had the work I'm doing. But this I'm saying to the world is, y'all worried about some street shit, want me to do that, but here it is, I'm in these big ass $1 billion buildings. You know what I mean? Switching my whole life over to change it, to change the whole narrative. You know what I'm saying? We can get into other stuff, but but just change the whole narrative of what I'm doing in life. Like, none of us should belong in prison. I don't believe none of us is supposed to be in prison. You know what I mean? That shit ain't fit for a dog. You know what I mean? But when you get your mind programmed to know those type of things, then you won't go there. But if you're into the nonsense and the bullshit and it's in your atmosphere, it's gonna come.
So what was it like in the Def Jam building, man? I heard you say that when you went there, they gave you the office. I heard I know a couple of people that was over there. Randy Acker was over there telling me about all
That's my guy.
you know what I mean? Telling me about how it was. I mean, it was like a murder inc. It was like a lot of Method Man going on in there, man. What was it like in that building, man? Paint the picture for me.
I mean, that building was everything, man. That building was Rockefeller. That building was Rough Riders. That building was everything, man. You got R&B guys. Montel Jordan. You got everything, man. Everything in that building, man. That building was brotherhood too. That brother, even though we about fighting with each other, we find about records to get records out. Who's gonna shine the most? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. I had 2 artists signed over there. You know what I'm saying? They let me sign 2 artists, but it was slick because they want me to really work with their artists. They signed already. They just pleased me and let me sign my artists. You know what I'm saying? But that's why my artists ain't go far like that. You know what I mean? I was caught in a trick bag. You know what I mean? Because I worked so well with the artists that they like that shit. Like, nah, give me him, give me her. You know what I mean? And that's how that went. But that building was the best experience of my life, best teaching of music in my life. You know what I mean? Best teaching. I wouldn't change that for nothing in the world.
What did you think about Jay-Z ultimately becoming the president of Def Jam at one point?
I mean, congratulate him, man. Any black man that goes up, man, I applaud him, man. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with me, like I have a bad bone in my body about any man. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Congratulate him. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, brother. Get your money. And that's what it's about. I mean, you need more Jay-Z's. You need a lot more Jay-Z's. He make payday possible for a lot of guys. He feed a lot of families. You know what I'm saying? How can anybody have something bad to say about that man? He feed his families. He feed other people's families. Emery, that's my boy. You know, I fuck with Emery hard. He did some things for me before. I fuck with Emery. You know what I'm saying? That man did a lot of time in prison. Came home, Jay looked out for me and turned back. How can you not like that? You know what I'm saying? One thing about us, we always look at people's faults and try to downgrade them and put them down. Nah, man, that's a good man. That man did his thing. So that's where he come from. Marcy? Come on, man. How many people came out of Marcy and made it to where he at, his level in life? How many?
Can you recall an instance of having a conversation with Jay-Z at Def Jam or any of the guys from Rockefeller?
Guys in the streets respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Where we come from. You know what I'm saying? And conversation I had with Jay was I need him to get on a record with LL and shit. And he kept spinning me. You know what I'm saying? It was cool though. Imagine an LL Cool J in a Jay-Z record.
We're involved in a series on FX, Hip Hop Uncovered. Can you tell me how that all came together? A station like FX, and I also saw it was on Hulu as well.
Once again, LL Cool J called me. You know what I'm saying? They contacted him first. He called me and said his producer's looking for you, bro, like that. I said, oh, he said, Rashidi Harper. And I said, Rashidi beats with Dr. Dre all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you can get my number. He gave my number, and Rashidi called me and said, yo, we doing this show. We think you'd be good for it, blah, blah, blah. And he said, we need another girl. We trying to find a girl. And I said, shit, my sister. You know what I'm saying? I said, my sister. And he said, who's your sister? I said, Deb. He said, oh, yeah, she'll be good. I said, all right. So I contacted Deb. I told him going to LA. They flew me out that same week. And she said, let me know what it is, Then I told her, she said, "Bimmy, there ain't enough money." Yeah, I told her, fuck the money. Let's just get the film going so we get other things that come outside the film. It's never about the money. You know what I mean? It's about the work. You know what I'm saying? It's about the work. Always about the work. You know what I'm saying? Because you do good work, then other work will come out of it. Then that big ass bag gonna come. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do.
Haitian Jack was on the show. I believe he grew up near Fulton Projects. It was alleged that Biggie warned Tupac not to hang around Haitian Jack and that he was no joke. Did you know Haitian Jack, and what did you think about him?
Me and Hayes and Jack live together in Atlanta.
For real, that's crazy.
Great man, good man. I mean, it ain't no fucking rat. I tell you that much. Tell you that much. You know, people throw that word around a lot. You know what I mean? But he wasn't that.
Damn, can you take me into like how far back do you go with Haitian Jack?
Shit, 90s.
Some real
Like shit, early 90s. Early 90s, like late 80s, like early 90s. Early 91, 89, 91, something like that. Yeah, like 91, 90, when I went on a run and I had to go down to Atlanta and I moved with him. And, you know, we got that work and we did what we had to do. That's how I got to Macon, Georgia.
Okay, so you actually, when you were living with Haitian Jack, you were on the run at that point in time.
Yeah, I was on the run. I was on the run.
And I want to say this is before you got hit with that $2 million bail.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy, man. From being on the run with Haitian Jack to Whitney Houston bailing you out for $2 million. You know what I'm saying? What a story right there, Bimmy.
Man, it's the cause, you know, dealt.
You got dealt a couple blackjacks, geez.
But yeah, definitely. And a couple of jokers.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Jimmy Henchman, and what did you think about him? Was he a nice guy?
I don't know him as far as that though. You know, I met him before, but you know, that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? I don't know him. You know what I mean? My sister knew he was. You know what I'm saying? Me and him met occasionally. We met, but you know, that was as far as it go. You know what I mean?
I imagine Deb knew him through like the Gucci Man affiliation he had at one point in time.
I think so. You know what I mean? She told me out of her own mouth that he helped her a lot. So you know what I mean? I don't have no ill will feeling towards him. You know what I mean? Because she told me that, you know, she told me out of her own mouth that he helped her, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations. So, you know, my honor is like, you know, to my sister. You know what I mean? She say one thing, you know, I'm listen to what she's saying.
Facts, man. Yeah, you can't go against your blood, but also Deb is just one of the most recognized public figures in the game. Salute to your sister, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Can you tell me when you first met 50 Cent, and did you immediately see his raw potential?
Yeah. I met 50. I think we was in the projects because my man Just was taking care of him. You know, bought the first boxing gloves, all that type of stuff. He was boxing. I mean, he was boxing. You know, he was about his thing, and he was sticking shit up. I was like, Just, why you fucking with him, man? That nigga sticking shit up, man. I knew what he was. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and then later on, I saw him get into his career, you know, rapping and stuff. And then one day we was in the studio with Mariah's Carey group, Aloha, and her other group, the Negro Leagues. And for some reason they was beefing. 50 told nigga, I'll punch in your face. Dude was like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. So he rolled his weed. 50 just caught him. Pow. And then he started just riding to the studio. And I said, yo, when I moved over there, I said, yo, break this up. Yo, break it up. And he said, yo, y'all niggas trying to jump me? And he said, jump you? I said, nigga, I'm saving you. This nigga's killing you. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm saving you.
What did you make of his antics, Bimmy, to get into fights with people like Fredro Starr and Ja Rule? No artist from New York had ever done that before, to my knowledge.
He made his way. And how he gonna make his way? Just look at your boy when he talk about me. Niggas making their way. Whoever you make your way, make your way. Whatever works for you, works for you. Whatever outcome of it comes, it comes. You know what I'm saying? If it's consequences, whatever it comes, it comes. but you make your way. You know what I'm saying? He made his way. Look at him now. Big
Facts.
mogul.
Facts.
I mean, big mogul. And he's from Queens. I mean, you can't take it away from him.
What did you think of G Unit affiliate Jaffe the Mac posting that 50 Cent said you were innocent and the real confidential informant was Black Just? This is someone that you know knew very well.
But I don't know him to be that, though. I don't know him to be that. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him to be that. I won't even say that. You know what I'm saying? And let him rest in peace, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Let him rest in peace. You know what I mean? I commend 50, saying what he said, but let homie rest in peace, man. I don't know him to be no confident informant. I ain't never got that from him. You know what I mean? He been a real stand-up dude to me through my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Always been stand up. Took care of men, made men, all that. You know what I'm saying? Same as me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man.
In my interview with 50 Cent's cousin Continental 5, he said Supreme liked the song Ghetto Quran. Is that true?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know, but I liked it. He shouted me out in it.
Yeah,
He's
he
my
actually
brother.
mentioned you.
Yeah. I don't think it's that getting money like Bimmy and Joe. You know what I'm saying? He shouted us out. So I ain't seen nothing wrong with the song.
Right.
You got these niggas, they on songs. These niggas on songs that they talking about how many niggas they killed. they tell you action, they tell you word for word what's going on. And that song wasn't like that. He was giving props to the neighborhoods. That's all.
Yeah, the $1 million question, Bimmy. At that point in your life, because everyone says this is 50 Cent's snitching record. At that point in your life, would Ghetto Quran have affected you in any type of snitching way?
Why would it affect me when he's shouting the neighborhoods out, giving props to everybody? I just said it. He said, I know niggas is getting money like Bimmy and Joe. You feel me? He shouting people out. He's shouting niggas out doing their thing. If you wasn't doing your thing, you thought that he wasn't thinking about you wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's snitching. Come on, dog.
Why do you think Black Hand Chaz had so much faith in 50 and even put money up and funded 50 back in the day?
I mean, he's like a dude, right? That come from the hood, that's looking for a way into the game. That's like how I looked for my way. Everybody, like I say, everybody have their way. You know what I mean? They way, we all dealt different cards. His cards were dealt 50 couple of artists, you know what I'm saying, that he get in the game with. And that's the way his way in. So he's seen 50 his way in, so he put his cards in his hands.
In Many Men, 50 said, Slim switch sides on me. Do you know what went wrong with them? Chaz is from Queens. You're from Queens.
Yeah, I really don't know about that because let me tell you something to you. Even though I'm from Queens, a lot of inside business I don't know. I don't involve myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like being in conversations. So I'm not going to be in anybody else's conversation.
So I got these things that I just want to ask you about. You got to pick one, but I mean, you could do whatever you want. You know what I mean? You're Bimmy, but I want to ask you, got to pick one, Tupac or Biggie?
Both.
Any explanation? You could throw in an explanation if you want as well.
Because I want to party and bullshit, I go to Big. If I want to get serious, I want to get some real topics, I go to Pop.
All right. Nas or Jay-Z?
I mean, I go to Queens, homie.
Death Row or Bad Boy?
Death Row.
Queensbridge or Left Rack?
Queensbridge.
Brooklyn or the Bronx?
Brooklyn.
Harlem or Far Rockaway?
Far Rock.
Lloyd Banks or Cassidy?
Lloyd Banks.
El Chapo or Pablo?
El Chapo.
G-Unit.
Come on, he escaped, man, from prison.
Yeah,
he escaped from prison. He underground. Who the fuck doing that?
Facts, man. G-Unit or Murder Inc?
G Unit.
Ja Rule or DMX?
DMX.
Rest in peace, DMX.